Shalom, 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 shalom. First and foremost, giving infinite praises, glory, and honor unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Makakodash. Giving double honors to our apostles, the elders of great millstone. Shalom, salutation to you, sincere Akims across the four winds, pushing this truth with sincerity of heart. I'm your fellow servant, Kasamagan from the DC camp, coming at you through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Hakodash, and feed the elect. Now, this is going to be a quick edition of the Watchtower. And as always, the Watchtower is symbolic for, the watchmen, the prophets sitting at the tower, man, just warning the people, in this case, the Israelites, so-called Negroes, Hispanics, Native Americans, all right, in particular, the elect, the 144,000, the things that's going on according to prophecy. And as you see right here, the title is of the video is out of a quote, from a man. I think this was an ancient Greek or Roman called Aeschylus, if I'm saying it right. Now the saying is, truth is always the first casualty of war. And that's what it is. I mean, when you're at war when people start lying about certain things about truths. You find out it's like if somebody, quick, easy example, if you look outside and the sky is blue and an individual looks right in your face, and maybe not just one individual. Well, yeah, one individual looks right in your face and says, nah, the sky is red. And then you see another person come out as another witness and saying, yeah, he's right, the sky is red. And you're like, hold up. I know there's many so-called witnesses, but they're saying that the sky is red, which is an obvious lie. So clearly there is a conspiracy to try to destroy my mind, all right? To play some type of Jedi mind trick. And basically that's what's going on right now. Large, like high-scale propaganda from the Edomite machine, right? The Edomites, who are the Edomites, all right? Out of Edom, a man called Esau, the so-called white man, so-called white race. And what's going on over there in Ukraine, you starting to see the propaganda machine starting to get on high gear, from CNN to MSNBC to Fox News and all of these internet groups, or, including even the outlet in which we pushing these videos, the main outlet, and it's this major censorship. I've seen a video the other day. The news came out. RT Today, Russia Today, is being censored across the globe. So you know that you in times of war, when the first thing that your enemy is going to do is going to either twist the information or remove the information totally, because he wants you to only have one message, all right? One organized, conspired message to twist your mind, put you on some kind of Jedi mind trick. So when he does move on you, you won't even know when, you won't even know who's moving on you. All right. And that's basically what's getting ready to happen to the nation of Israel, man. I mean, when Esau finally makes his move on us, man, a lot of our people won't even know who's doing it, why. It's just going to be completely out of sorts. All right. With no answers. And I'm going to make this quick. Of course, you see the situation going on over there in Russia invading Ukraine. I mean, a lot of that stuff, you see the machine is talking about how this thing can turn into a Third World War and what they woo. And now don't get me wrong, it is a war, but we have to understand, like, first, this is not going to be what leads to a Third World War. And second, a lot of the information, anybody who speaks for truth about what's truly going on, is being censored. They're being taken off of these outlets, internet outlets. All right. So that tells you that you are at war. All right. And they definitely don't want to let you Negroes, Hispanics, and Native Americans know what's going on, because then you're going to run towards prophecy. You're going to run into the scriptures. And that's the main thing that I want to push in this video, is that we got to understand what intelligence and counterintelligence is about. All right. So when you have false intelligence, the word intelligence goes back to the word intel or data. Right. So when you have a propaganda machine from the devil, the devil that the Bible speaks of, what we have to do, right? Ultimately, we have to win back to our intelligence, our data, which is spiritual, which is the scriptures, which is prophecy. That's how we able to not be shook. Because you got a lot of Negroes out here, they're listening to the propaganda machine, and I watch them on YouTube. Regular dudes that do regular stupid ass content, right? About vanity, which I go over there and I look at that because I'm like, okay, this is time to get vain, because you got to have a little bit of balance, So I'm like, damn, okay, let me go into one of these vain channels where I can spend 5% of my time just relax and listen to vanity. And then the niggas start talking about some World War III and Ukraine. I'm like, my nigga, you don't even know geography, bro. You don't know what you're talking about. You just repeating fucking talking point from CNN and MSNBC and all. Like, you don't know what the hell's going on, nigga. Like, you don't, but you just regurgitating this nonsense. And that tells me that Esau got you exactly where he needs you to be. Because you out here looking stupid talking about geopolitics, man, when you don't know what the hell's going on even locally. Shit, you don't even know what's going on in your own life. You don't know who you are. You don't know nothing. All of a sudden, you're going to engage into a conversation about what's going on and how the Third World War this and Third was like, what are you talking about, man? That's why us Israelites, man, we have to understand that, listen, the way and this is all, like I said, this is all, psyops, psychological operations, all right? And then that's why let me go. Nah. Damn, come on. First, let me go to Sirach or Ecclesiasticus, chapter 39, verse 1. All right, out of the Apocrypha, it says, but he that giveth his mind to the law of the Most High, and is occupied in the meditation thereof, will seek out the wisdom of all the ancient and be occupied in prophecy. So you won't have any choice but to be. Ultimately, you got to go back to the true counter intelligence, which is the prophecies. All right, you cannot rely on the information that's coming out of the news. All right, the news channels that actually will bring forth truth, they're being censored, and even the men of the Lord at a certain point, when they start to realize how hip we are to geopolitics, and it's just strictly out of the scriptures, they're gonna have to remove us out of these internet outlets. They cannot allow that to be published, which is also part of prophecy. So we expect that to happen. All right. So we know where to get our intelligence, our information, our data. All right. It's in the prophecies. That's how we're boldly able to say, nah, the situation going on over there is in the scriptures as far as wars and rumors of wars. There will be wars. Taiwan and China, they're going to go at it. Like I said, a lot of these big nations are going to start to swallow little nations. This is preparation for the big war. But the big war is not here yet because individual things have to happen in these nations. All right. That's why when you go to Mark 13, right, it tells you what, right? Verse 7, it says, and when you shall hear wars and rumors of wars, be ye not troubled, for such things must needs be, but the end shall not be yet. But you got Negroes, dumb Negroes, spicks and wetbacks on these outlets talking about Third World War, Ukraine, they gonna invade, and that Third was like, man, come on, man. That's that ignorance. You starting to show signs that you have no idea what's going on when things are getting hot. So when things really, truly get hot, you still going to be regurgitating what your enemy is telling you. And that's going to lead you to some concentration camps. That's going to lead you to getting your head chopped off, or that's going to lead you to getting the MOTB, Revelation 13:15, all right? The Charagma, all right? Why? Because of your ignorance, man, your foolishness. You're going to be vain 99% of your time in your life, but this 1%, when something pops off, all of a sudden you're this this genius who knows about geopolitics. No, you're not. You're supposed to learn, and you're supposed to be serious in the gospel and learn from the prophets, man. Understand what's going on in the real world, man. All right. Verse 8, for nations shall rise against nations and kingdoms against kingdom, and there shall be earthquakes in diverse places, and there shall be famines and troubles. These are the beginning of sorrows. So we getting ready to enter into the beginning of sorrows. All right, not the Third World War. We entering into the beginning of sorrows. And these beginning of sorrows is going to be what? Chaos and madness that's going to erupt in all of these individual nations, civil wars, bloodshed, tribal, all these different things. All right, all these issues that every nation has had and kind of nipped it under the butt. All of that hatred, that that all of it is going to resurface and it's going to blow up in all these nations. All right, the financials, everything. And that's why I wanted to look up the word counterintelligence, all right, because that's really what the prophets are doing, all right, because you got false intelligence out there, and the prophets of the Lord are retaliating with counterintelligence, spiritual counterintelligence, all right. So when you look up the word counter, all right, counter, it means to what? To go against, in opposition, all right. Counterintelligence, it says counterintelligence, act of preventing an enemy from obtaining secret information, all right. And then you have counter, which is against in opposition, and you have intelligence, which is the highest faculty of the mind. So you understand this is a war for, a war of intel, a war of information, a war of truth. It's not a physical war when you go ahead and fight somebody. No, this is a mental and a spiritual warfare. And it's all based on information. Who's got the right information, who's got the true information, and who's got the false information. Who has the true information but is still selling false information, to have the people completely in disarray. You have to know these things, man. And you can't just flip the switch and be a vain Negro, Hispanic, and Native American 99% of your life, and then flip the switch immediately when something happens. All of a sudden, you're going to be out there talking about, talking like somebody, an analyst who knows what the hell is going on. All right? I can just bear with me. So let me go to, as a matter of fact, because I was on counterintelligence, and also, right, and this is when I started looking up the word Megiddo, all right, because this is what it's going up to, all right. This is all about us going into Project Megiddo, all right, and the word Megiddo shows up in multiple scriptures, as you can see. And that's when you look up the word Megiddo, and the word that comes up is Armageddon, cataclysmic final conflict. And that's what's leading to us, all right? Armageddon. When we prophesy of Armageddon, the Third World War, all right? And then when you go to Project Megiddo, right, and you want to go to right here, what's that? Apocalyptic Cults, verse 20, page 26, and you have the Black Hebrew Israelites, verse 21. So these are all the groups that are gonna have to be shut down and completely canceled when things really get hot, and then you start getting a confliction of information put out there. So the devil's gonna make sure these groups are definitely taken out. All right, first taken out of the internet, right, and then eventually. When things get really, really grimy out here, the governments are going to go out and have actual task force to seek individuals that have these beliefs and exterminate their lives. All right. I'm trying to use a word, and that's try not to be as gruesome, but it's going to get gruesome. All right. But in particular, for, as you see right here, 23, all right, which speaks about the Hebrew Israelites. And you can look that up. You can read. I've read it before in the past, so you should definitely read it, to prepare yourself. But, actually, and then the precept that I have is Isaiah 59:15. Yeah, truth faileth, and he that departed from evil maketh himself a prey. And the Lord saw it, and it displeased him that there was no judgment. So, yeah, so if you're going to go after truth, all of a sudden you become prey. All right, so we're going to be chased after. We're going to be canceled. They're going to come after our lives for the information that we're putting out there, because it's counterintelligence to the lies that have been put forth to have our people in total disarray. All right. So what I had was and this is Revelation chapter 2, verse 10. Fear none of these things which thou shalt suffer. Behold, the devil shall cast some of you into prison, that ye may be tried, and ye shall have tribulation 10 days. Be thou faithful unto death, and I will give thee a crown of life. So I mean, that's what's gonna be. And we keep reading these scriptures over and over to strengthen our resolve, man, because we understand things are gonna get gruesome out here, man. The devil that the Bible speaks of, Satan's gonna really make him do some things, man. Things that he hasn't even done since, the things that Esau's getting ready to do to the entire planet, primarily the nation of Israel. Things that he's gonna go way beyond the things that he's ever done to us. That's how bad it's gonna get out here, man. All right, and but at the end of the day, man, listen, we got Yahweh Shem Shah, so we don't fear that. All right, we boldly are ready to face our destiny, whatever it is. All right, individually. 2 Timothy 1:7, for the Most High has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind. So we're not fearful. We're going to constantly continue to counter this false intelligence, with the prophecy. All right. That's how we're going to continue to do. All right. Because that's the love that we have for Yahweh Shai. Yahweh Shai loved us, so we love our people. And Yahweh Shai said his love is surpassing knowledge. So regardless, even if it's going to cost you your life, you got to continue to push prophecy to counter the intelligence of the devil, the intel of the devil. All right. And that's for the sake of the elect, man. So with that, I'm going to say, Kal Halam La Yahweh Shema. Shah, double honor to our apostles and elders of great millstone. Shalom, salutation to you, Sensei Akim. Stay strong, stay faithful. Shalom.